In today's video, we're going to be talking about my sales in the second week of November, specifically about why I think it was such a monster week for me, and I really accredit it to one thing: running sales, specifically sales that were designed to help me move out some of my older inventory. If you didn't know, there are different ways to run sales on a number of reselling platforms. For example, on eBay, you can run sales a couple different ways. You can put your entire eBay store on sale for, a certain amount, or you can offer a certain number of dollars off per item or offer free shipping. You can do a ton of different things and you can do it to your entire store. The other way to do it is you can hand select, up to 500 items that you want to run a sale on. And this is great if you're trying to target specific types of items or listings. For example, if you're trying to target listings that are just stale and old, or maybe even bad buys and you just want them gone. So maybe you could run like a 75% off sale on those items. You can also just do, 500 items that maybe are from an older season. Like right now we're in the fall and winter months, and so maybe you want to clearance out some of your spring and summer pieces, and so you could pick 500 of those items and run a monster sale on those. On Poshmark, they just released a bulk offers to likers feature that kind of acts as a sale, where anyone who's ever liked an item of yours, you can send them an offer with discounted shipping, and you get to decide how big that offer is going to be. It's not quite as nice, I feel like, as eBay sale, because with eBay sale, even if it's their first time seeing your listing, they'll see that sale price, whereas on Poshmark, only the people who have liked your item in the past are going to get that great deal that you're sending out. But regardless, it's definitely better than what they offered before, which was nothing. And then on Facebook Marketplace, they have the option to run sales similar to eBay as well, where you can put your entire store on sale. You can, do it by percentage or by dollar amount. So lots of different ways to run sales. I definitely did a lot of experimenting, and I think it worked out in my favor. So if you want to see what's sold for me, a lot of it because of running some really great sales, then stay tuned.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body buttons for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park, and I am a part-time reseller on a variety of reselling platforms, which means that I buy mainly clothes, shoes, and accessories for as cheap as I can, and then I try to sell them for as much as I can on, a variety of reselling platforms, like I said. It is a really great side hustle, and it's something that I've been doing for about 3 years now, and this YouTube channel is all about my journey and a platform where I can share my tips and secrets that I've learned along the way with you. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you enjoy hearing what's selling for other resellers, if you enjoy thrift hauls and tips and tricks videos, definitely hit that subscribe button, because I do upload at least 2 videos a week. And if at any point throughout this video you find yourself saying, I didn't know that, or wow, I'm really enjoying myself right now, definitely hit that like button, because by doing so, you actually help other people on YouTube discover not only this video, but my channel in general. And if you want to go the extra step and share this video on your social media platforms like Instagram or Facebook, oh my goodness, be my guest. So let's jump right into what sold for me. We're going to start off by talking about Monday, which was November 8th. And I'm going to warn you right now, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video because lots of things sold. So on Monday, we'll start off with my Poshmark sales. The first thing to sell was this Oshkosh Bagosh blue and orange pair of mesh walking shoes in a size 7. Those sold for $6 with discounted shipping of $1.50. And so I made a profit on those of $1.55. That was pure profit because it was something that my son wore, and I think even then, it was something that was handed down to us from a friend at church, so we literally had no money into it. This is one of those sales that I ran on Poshmark where I sent out offers on a ton of stuff for a pretty good amount. I can't remember how much, maybe it was 30% off or something like that. And so I made the sale and made my $1.55. The next thing to sell was another kids item. It was this Baby Gap gray star sweater dress in a size 3 to 6 months. This did have a little hole in the arm, I believe, but it still sold for $7 with discounted shipping of $1.50. And so I made a profit on that of $2.55. This is something that my daughter wore when she was a baby. She is now 8 years old. So this has been in my house for 8 years, and I'm glad that it's finally moved on to a new home, whole and all. The next thing to sell was this vintage Outlander lamb wool and Angora blend sweater in a size medium. I picked this up at a Goodwill, believe it or not, probably like 2 or 3 years ago, thinking that it was beautiful and it was this, vintage piece that someone would want to rescue. No one wanted this until I sent out offers for $10 with discounted shipping. I had about $4 into it. So again, once you factor in my cost of goods and my fees and discounted shipping, I had a profit of $1.55. So, this idea of like moving out stale inventory by running a sale, it truly worked because I was moving out some of these things that I had in my closet for like over 2 years. The next thing to sell was this American Eagle mauve colored flare sleeve lace up sweater in a size medium. This one sold for $12 with discounted shipping of $1.50, but this one is a bit newer of a listing. I did get it from a friend. I bought out her inventory because she's going to be moving soon, and I only had about $1.50 into this. However, I know from experience that American Eagle sweaters and tops just don't do well for me, which is crazy because I've heard people say that American Eagle sweaters do really well for them. And that just goes to show that what works for one reseller is not necessarily going to work for another one. But, I had it listed, it got a couple likes, but I don't know. I just felt like it was going to be a long tail item. So I was very aggressive with the offer that I sent out with it. Again, I think it was about 30%. And so after my cost of goods, my fees, and my shipping discount, I made a profit on that sweater of $6.05. The next item to sell was just a regular offer that was sent to me. It was this Fabletics gray ribbed turtleneck. It was made of modal and there was some ruching on it, and it was in a size large. This sold for $17. I did have $1.66 into that because I did get it at the Indianapolis Goodwill outlet a few weeks ago when I went, and so my profit on that item was $11.94. $1.66 was my average cost of goods for that bins trip, but I promise you that I probably ended up paying like 50-60 cents for this thing because it was so lightweight. The next thing to sell was just an outright purchase. Someone saw it, they liked it, and they bought it. It was this LL Bean gray Henley long sleeve shirt in a size large for men. This sold for $25, and I had $2.24 into it because I picked it up at a local thrift store. So I made a profit on that top of $17.76. I was not expecting such a basic piece to sell for $25, but LL Bean is a really great brand, and these kinds of Henley shirts, people live in these things, and so sometimes they're willing to pay up for them. The next thing to sell was a result of my bulk offers to likers extravaganza, and it was this Fanfares by Connie yellow commuters retro pair of pumps in a size 8. These sold for $12 with discounted shipping. I had $6 into these because I got them in a ThredUp Rescue box of shoes, and so again, my profit was only $1.55. I did not think that these would sell for very much because the brand is kind of whatever. I was just happy to get rid of them. The next listing to sell was also because of the bulk offers to likers, and it was this Taylor white lace sleeveless dress in a size 4. I thought this was really pretty, but Taylor just doesn't have a lot of resale value. I believe you can buy it at like Nordstrom Rack and places like that, but this sold for $12 with discounted shipping. Again, I had about $6 into this, I want to say. I got it a long time ago at a Goodwill, and so again, my profit was $1.55. And the last thing to sell on Monday was this My Michelle girls blue white striped jumpsuit in a size youth large. This sold for $8. I believe that was just an offer that was sent to me. I said that I got this for free, but I think this was part of that inventory buyout as well. So I actually have about $1.50 into this. I said that I made $5.05 off of this, but I actually made $1.50 less than that. So whoopsie. The next thing to sell was over on eBay, and it was this pair of new without tags Merrill Piccolo brown leather slip-on sandals in a women's size 7. These sold for my full asking price of $34.99. I had $3 into them because I picked them up pretty recently at a local thrift store. The buyer paid for shipping. My profit on those sandals was $29.11. Merrill is very quickly turning into one of my most dependable bread and butter shoe brands. It's a brand that I find pretty readily in my area, and although they're nothing fancy and they're not even like the best outdoor shoe brand out there, they just perform really consistently for me, so very rarely do I turn them down. Moving on to Tuesday, which was November 9th, I had a handful of Poshmark sales. The first one was this Champion gray PE t-shirt in a size medium. So this actually sold to a viewer named Trish. I featured this on a haul video from like last year, I think, but I think she just got around to watching it. And she was like, I really like random things like this. So I was so excited when I looked for it in your closet and found it. So Trish, I hope you love it. I actually got this for free from a friend of mine at church. And I think this was literally like the PE shirt that she wore for PE, which I thought it was so bougie that her high school used actual like Champion t-shirts for that. But this sold for $17 with this kind of shipping. So I made a profit of $11.14. Trish, I hope you love it. It was a really cool shirt. Like that's why I listed it. I just thought it was really fun. The next thing to sell was this vintage Guess genuine leather with like a faux fur lining coat in a size medium. Okay, so I remember buying this at a Goodwill, I want to say like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. No, I think it was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago, I would have been way too scared to pay $10 for anything, but I paid $10 for this. It finally sold for $25. I think I had it listed at like $75, and then like $60, and finally someone sent me an offer of $25, and I was like, you know what? You can have it. Like, I just need this thing out of my house. Once you factor in fees, cost of good, all that good stuff, my profit on that item was $10. Honestly, I feel like if I came across this jacket and it wasn't priced so high, I would still buy it. Like, I think it was a really good quality jacket, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. The next thing to sell was this Baby Gap Santa's Reindeer Christmas onesie in a size 18 to 24 months. This sold for $7. That was an offer sent to me, so I made a profit of $4.05. And it is something that my kids wore, so I love passing on my kids' old clothes to other people and giving that clothes new life. The next thing to sell was a Talbot's piece. It was this blue grandpa cardigan sweater jacket type thing in a size small. I had it listed for, I want to say like 35 or 40 even, but someone sent me an offer of $25 and I just went ahead and accepted it because I only had 80 cents into it. It hadn't been listed for too long, maybe like around a month, and so I accepted and I still made a profit of $19.20. That I picked up at a local consignment store about 1.5 years ago because they let me go and shop by myself in their storage unit because it was during like the height of COVID and people were not trying to be around other people, myself included. And so they let me throw stuff into these big black garbage bags, and I only had to pay like 80 cents per piece. It was like $50 a garbage bag. This, I believe, went to ThredUp, didn't sell at ThredUp, so it came back to me. I listed it and I sold it for much more than probably what I would have made from ThredUp. So I was really happy with that sale. Next, I had some sales over on Mercari. The first item being this pair of Ralph Lauren Modern Brown Marion. I think that's the style name. You guys, there's like something wrong with my contact. So there's a chance that I'm not reading any of the right words or numbers to you, so I apologize. But and if my eyes look crazy, I'm so sorry. But it is this pair of Marion, I think that's the style name, brown leather knee-high riding boots in a size 9. I believe I got them at a local thrift store. Why can't I remember? I don't know. But they sold for $61 on Mercari. And I think they sold within like 2 days of being listed. So this was a fast flip. Boots are selling like crazy right now. So if you have any boots sitting around at home, you need to get those listed straight away. I said that I had $5 into them. Where are they? I don't know. But I made a profit on those boots of $47.83. You know what? I know where I got those. I got them a long time ago at a local consignment store, and they've been sitting in my death pile forever. I just hated photographing boots back then because I didn't have anything to keep them upright, but I did finally go to Dollar Tree and invest in some pool noodles, which cost $1 each, which, by the way, if you didn't know, Dollar Tree just came out with an announcement saying that a lot of their items are permanently going to now be priced at $1.25. They can't call themselves a Dollar Tree anymore. It's got to be called the $1.25 Tree. Anyway, if you are like me and you don't like photographing boots because they are constantly tipping over, then invest in a pool noodle or two, and that should do the trick. So anyway, these gave me a handsome profit of $47.83. Ralph Lauren, y'all, I have stopped sleeping on that brand because it does well, not just in their shoes, but also in their clothes. So I'll just put that out there and you do what you want with that information. The next thing to sell was this H&M black hooded bomber jacket. I think it was in a men's size small, if I remember correctly. This sold for $26, which is like more than I was expecting, you know, with it being H&M. Again, I bought this from my friend with that inventory buyout, so I had $1.50 into it, and so my profit on that jacket was $20.85. This is another category that you should be listing if you have any jackets or coats laying around at home. These are the kinds of things that people are shopping for right now, and these are the things that will make you money. The next thing to sell was over on Kidizen, and it was this vintage Obermeyer black snowsuit snowveralls. Is that what they're called? I think I saw that on a comp somewhere, and I was like, I love that, snowveralls, in a youth size 7. These sold for $45 on Kidizen, and I did have to pay for shipping, which was $8.55 because I do free shipping on everything on Kidizen. I had $1.42 into those because I got them at the bins in Seattle when I went over the summer to visit my parents. And so my profit on those snowveralls was $35.03. I have definitely sat on these for much longer than I wanted to, but also nobody's trying to buy snow pants in like September when I listed them, right? So I'm not surprised that they're selling now. And in all honesty, I will probably just go ahead and relist the other pair that I found at the bins the same day. Those are in a size 5, but I feel like if I just relist them, that'll give it a better shot of selling than if I were to just keep letting them sit in the state that they're in right now. So moving on to Wednesday, which was November 10th, on Poshmark, I sold this pair of rugged Outback pink and black mid-calf snow boots in a size youth 12. So you're starting to see a theme here, a lot of like snow pants, snow boots, like outdoor jackets, like these are the kinds of things that are selling. So these sold for $15. That was an offer that was sent to me, and I had them priced at $25, but when I checked comps, $15 is about right. I had $1.66 into these, and so my profit on those was $10.34, but they sold within 2 weeks of being listed, so I will take that fast flip any day. The next thing to sell was this pair of American Eagle Air Flex Plus black denim athletic fit jeans in a size 31 by 34 for men. These sold for $21 with discounted shipping. I believe that was a Posher VA sale, and what I mean when I say that is that I use a Chrome extension called Posher VA. It shares my closet for me, and it also sends out offers for me to likers 4 minutes after they've liked the item. You can set it up however you want. You can have the offer sent out a minute after they like an item or an hour after they like the item. I just did 4 because why not? I don't know. And it's nice because I don't have to constantly check my app to see if, you know, anyone's liked an item, and it just sends the offer for me, and every once in a while I make a sale out of it, which is really cool. If you want to try out Posher VA and automate a lot of the things that you have to do to be successful on Poshmark, like sharing your closet, sending out offers to likers. It'll even like delist and relist for you, which I don't use that feature because I use Seller Insight for that. But if you want to try out Posher VA, I will have a coupon code down in the description below, and I believe it allows you to save like 20% off of your first payment with Posher VA. So if you want to try it out, it's a great way to do it. And they also offer like a 2-week free trial, which is amazing. You don't even have to input your credit card information or anything like that. You just get to try it for 2 weeks. You will get hooked. That's how they get you. But I think it's really worth the money because, again, it allows you to be hands off, which is every reseller's dream, right? So Posher VA sent out that offer. I had $1.50 into these because I got it in that inventory buyout. So I made a profit of $12.84. American Eagle denim does great for both men and women and typically sells between that $20 to $30 mark. The next thing to sell was this pair of UGG Kids Classic 2 metallic glitter black wool blend boots in a size 5. That was a mouthful. Those sold for $35. That was the offer sent to me that I accepted. I believe I had them listed at like $50, but I just went ahead and accepted that offer. I had $4.29 into those. I picked them up at a local thrift store, and so my profit was $23.71. The next couple items to sell were over on eBay. The first being this new in the box Frost King RC100 electric automatic roof and gutter de-icing cable kit, and it was like 100-foot length or something like that. I got this at a church garage sale right before COVID. It was literally like I went to the garage sale, and I think the week after, like the whole world shut down. I believe I only had like $1 or $2 into this. I had it listed for like $40 or $50, but I'd had it listed for so long. So when I finally got an offer of $20, I just went ahead and accepted. The buyer paid for shipping, and I made a profit of $15.53. I'm just not very good at hard goods. Like, I try to pick up things here and there, and I don't know, but I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm just gonna keep like trying to learn as much as I can, venturing into the hard goods section of every thrift store that I go to, and at garage sales and stuff, just to try and learn, but I'm not amazing at it, okay? The next thing to sell was this vintage Lily Pulitzer pair of gingham embroidered butterfly pants in a size youth 14. These sold for $17.99. They were promoted. I did change my promoted percentage to 3% instead of 1%. I don't really know if it's making a huge difference, but we'll see. And let's see, the buyer paid for shipping. I had $1.66 into those because they came from the Indianapolis bins from a few weeks ago. And so I made a profit of $16.70. The next thing to sell on eBay was this Hannah Anderson pair of red casual leggings in a size youth 130, which is like a US size 8. These were something that my daughter wore, but no longer does. This was a time when I was putting I think it was like over 300 items on 50% off sale. Maybe it was 40% off sale, just because I wanted them gone. So these sold for $5.99. This was also the day that eBay was kind of down for like an hour or two, and everyone was freaking out, me included. So she purchased them, and then eBay went down, and she was like, what just happened? Like, I thought I purchased these leggings from you, but now it's saying that I didn't. And then it got fixed, but it was just so weird. So $5.99, they were promoted at 3%. She paid for shipping. I made a profit of $4.60. It was pure profit because my daughter had worn them, so there you go. Over on Mercari, I sold this Thread and Supply brown Sherpa full zip vest in a size medium. That sold for $16. Again, it was from the inventory buyout, so I had $1.50 into it, and I made a profit of $12.14. Thread and Supply is not a brand that I typically pick up when I'm outsourcing because I think it's just like a Nordstrom house brand. It doesn't have a whole lot of resale value, but this was a very on-trend vest. It was so soft and fluffy, so I totally get why it sold and why it sold pretty quickly. That's why you can't just not pick up things because of the brand. Sometimes if the style is trendy enough and cool enough, it's worth picking up even if the brand is not amazing. The next thing to sell was this Athleta blue printed mock neck half zip pullover in a size medium. This I picked up at a local consignment store for around $6. It sold for $24, and I made a profit of $14. It was listed for a really long time. It was not a quick flip by any means, like listed for months and months, but happy to see it go. Moving on to Thursday, which was November 11th, I had no Poshmark sales, but I did have some eBay sales and Mercari sales. So that's one nice thing about selling on, a variety of platforms, is that if one platform decides it just wants to, roll over and die, you still have a couple platforms that will do their job for you. So on eBay, I sold this Lululemon black Get Loose long sleeve sheer V-neck shirt in a size 4. This sold for $39.99 with the buyer paying for shipping, so I made a profit of $34.40. This was something that my sister-in-law gave me. She said she just never really wore it, so she gave it to me to list and sell. The next thing to sell was this H&M blue mock neck balloon sleeve sweater in a size extra small. Again, I got this from my friend in the inventory buyout. It sold for $21.90. That was the offer that I sent out to watchers, and it was promoted at 3%. After the buyer paid for shipping and after all of the fees and my cost of goods, I made a profit on that H&M sweater of $16.37. This is another case of H&M is not a great brand in terms of resale value. It's fast fashion, everything's pretty cheap, even just when you buy it at the store. Like, actually, my selling price of $21.90 probably wasn't that far off of what it actually cost retail, but I still made a profit of $16.37 on it because it was a really cute style. So again, I'm kind of weary about picking up brands like that at the thrift store, but you do you. If you pick up, brands like H&M and Forever 21 and Thread and Supply on a regular basis and do well with that, don't stop. Like, you keep doing you and keep making money the way that you are. The next thing that sold for me was this Free People Intimately Gray Sleeveless Turtleneck top in a size small. This sold for $15.90. Again, that was an offer that I sent out to watchers. It was promoted at 3% with the buyer paying for shipping. I had about $3 into it from a local consignment store, so my profit on that was $9.85. I did not need to pick this up, but I have a hard time leaving behind free people because I am that person. The next thing to sell was this Fabletics black layered activewear tank top in a size small. This sold for $14.90, again, because of offers to watchers. It was promoted at 3%. I had 80 cents into that because I did get it at that big bulk shopping spree that I went on at the local consignment store storage unit, and so my profit on that was $10.93. Fabletics is another brand that, even though I sold another Fabletics piece earlier in the week, it will sell. Usually I have to sit on the pieces for some time and it doesn't sell for a whole lot. So to be honest, I've kind of stopped picking it up altogether, unless again, I'm like at the bins or something and I'm getting it for dirt cheap. And then over on Mercari, I sold this pair of Judy Blue plaid print patch distressed skinny jeans in a size 929. Basically, they were distressed with like kind of big holes in the jeans, but there were these like red plaid patches sewn on underneath so that it showed through the holes. They were so cute, so cool. I had $9.96 into them because I got them at a pop-up consignment sale during their half-off day, and I had them in this huge pile of clothes that I have in the playroom of stuff that I have photographed that just needs to get bagged up and inventoried. But when I went to bag it up, I was like, I don't remember photographing or listing these. So I double checked. They were not photographed or listed. So I'm really glad that I caught it. Otherwise, they would have just gone in my bins without being photographed or listed, and they could have never sold that way. So I quickly, photographed them, listed them, and they literally sold the next day, maybe actually that night, like the night that I listed them, for $43. So my profit after Mercari's fees and my almost $10 cost of goods was $27.19. I love Judy Blue. It has become one of my favorite denim brands. I didn't even know about it until maybe, I don't know, like half a year ago when I learned about it on Amber Resells' channel. So if you have not checked out her channel yet, definitely do. I will link it down in the description below. She is a dear friend of mine and a very knowledgeable reseller, so definitely check her out. The next thing to sell was from the same pop-up consignment sale, but from the previous time. So from I want to say last spring. It was this pair of Coconuts by Matisse tan vegan leather mid-calf cowboy boots in a size 7.5. They sold for $18. I had about $8 into them, so my profit was $7.38. They were really worn, which I did not know until I got them home and photographed them, because the lighting inside of the building where they have this pop-up consignment sale is awful. Like, you have no idea what you're looking at, it feels like. And not only that, but I got them home and basically threw them in a bin, never to be seen again, until about a couple weeks ago, again, because I just was going through this I don't want to photograph boots phase. When I did finally pull them out to photograph, however, after I purchased my pool noodles, I realized that these had a lot of wear on the exterior. They were not in good shape. So when I photographed them, I made sure to, take really good pictures of the flaws. I made sure to note it in my description. And still, the person who bought them, and again, they sold really fast after I listed them, she opened a case and wanted to return them. The wonderful thing about Mercari, however, is that sometimes when that happens, they will just release your funds to you and refund the buyer without making the buyer ship the item back to you, which, it's kind of a win-win for everyone. I wish everyone would just do that, to be honest with you, like eBay and Poshmark. But I don't know what their reasoning is behind that, but I was really thankful. So there you go. The next day that we'll talk about, this was a monstrous day, is Friday, November 12th. I had sales on 4 different platforms plus some direct sales, so 5 different avenues of sales. And the only reason for that is because of List Perfectly. If you're tired of me talking about List Perfectly, I'm not sorry. It is basically the #1 reason why I have any success as a reseller in terms of selling on a number of various platforms. There is no way that I would ever, in my wildest dreams, want to manually cross-post all of my listings from one platform to another. And also, if it weren't for List Perfectly, my inventory management system would be a mess. I tried using a spreadsheet before, it did not work very well. And so having List Perfectly helped me cross-list all of my listings, as well as using it for my inventory management system has been such a lifesaver. And if you want a lifesaver like that in your life too, definitely try it out for yourself by using my coupon code Becky Park, and it will allow you to save 30% off of your first month. I really think that you'll love it, and I do think that it will transform your reselling business. And so let's talk about these sales. On Poshmark, I sold this pair of Ralph Lauren golf paisley pants in a size 10. These, my friend G1 listed for me, and she listed them at $50. And at first I was like, you crazy girl, but she was like, no, like that's what comps are at for these pants. I kind of picked them up on a whim, I believe at a local, either a thrift store or a consignment sale, I don't remember, for $4.92, and they ended up selling for $42. I actually think that was a closet clear out sale. So, with Posher VA, I had someone ask this question, I believe it was Lori, and she said, how do you incorporate Posher VA with closet clear out? Because I have Posher VA send out offers 4 minutes after, and I was like, easy. I just turn off the ability to send out offers to watchers on Fridays and Sundays so that I can instead send my closet clear out message to people as likes come in throughout the day. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I turned off Posher VA, and instead, if people liked an item, I would send them my closet clear out message. And if you want to get an idea of how I utilize closet clear out to make more Poshmark sales, I will link that video right here. But it sold for $42 after I sent them my message, and so I made a profit on those Ralph Lauren golf pants of $28.68, and that was a fast flip. I want to say within like 2 weeks. The next thing to sell was this new with tags J. Crew factory stripe pullover hoodie, and it had like a kangaroo pouch on the front, and it was in a size small. Okay, so this day, what I did was I tried out a new feature on Poshmark. It's called buyers or something. I don't know. It's just basically a place where they show you all of the people who have bought from you in the past, or all of the people who have ever liked an item in your closet before. So what I did was I looked at the list of all the people who had ever bought anything from me in the past, and I sent them all the same message. And the message was, thank you for making a purchase from me in my Poshmark closet at some point. As a thank you, I wanted to let you know that I'm offering, I think it was like 30% off of all bundles of 2 or more items. So, just throw your items in a bundle, send me the offer of 30% off, and I will accept. So I'll tell you what happened once I sent that message out to all of my previous buyers. There was a flurry of activity. Not that many bundles were actually made and purchased. There were a couple, but there was a lot of activity, and there were some sales made the next day too as a result of this, and just like some connections made with people, like people who reached out and were like, oh my gosh, like I watch your YouTube channel and I've learned so much from you, or people who were like, I'm so excited to learn about how this goes on your next YouTube channel. So while I didn't really make that many sales, I still think it was worth it. But this was one of the sales that did happen as a result. So she sent me an offer of $30 on this hoodie. I had it listed for $50, but let's be real, it's a J. Crew factory piece. Like, it probably went on sale regularly, at the store for $30, if not even less than that. But I had about $3 into this because I got it in a men's thread-up rescue box. So my profit on this was $21. So right after I accepted that offer, I got another offer from the same person on this new with tags Izod black velour hoodie and pants set. Like, it was both, the top and bottom. My mother-in-law gave this to me for free like a long time ago. I've had it listed forever, size medium. She sent me a $25 offer on it. I think I had it listed for like $35. So I'm like, ooh, like I don't know what to do. And then I waited for another hot second, and then she sent me another offer on something. So I paused, I sent her a message, and I said, hey, I don't know if you're familiar with how Poshmark works, but the way that you're doing this right now, you're gonna have to pay for shipping 3 separate times. That's like almost $25 just in shipping. Why don't you just put these items in a bundle, and you can pay the amount that you're offering, but you'll have to pay a lot less for shipping? I didn't get a response for a bit, and then finally she responded, and she was like, I don't really understand how bundling works. Also, like, I just got surgery on my tooth, and so I'm a little out of it. Like, I think she had been, given like laughing gas or whatever. Like, what happens after people get their wisdom teeth pulled and stuff, right? Like all those videos that people make. She was like, so please don't take advantage of me. Like, I don't really know if I even need this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? So I tried to like explain to her how to bundle. I was like, if you want, like, I can cancel that J. Crew factory order. And I knew full well that by doing so, maybe I would just lose all of these sales altogether. But I just felt so bad that she was gonna pay so much extra in shipping. And I was like, let me know how I can help you. And eventually she was just like, it's fine. So I, just accepted the iZod offer and I made a profit of $20 because that was pure profit. My mother-in-law gave it to me. The other item, however, there was like a payment issue. I wasn't going to be like, hey, there was a payment issue, like, you need to get that fixed. I was like, let's just, we got the 2 sales. She's already paying for shipping twice. Like, let's be done. She just got tooth surgery or whatever. The items got delivered. She gave me 5 stars for both transactions. So hopefully she likes both things and she doesn't view it as an accident. So that was just a really interesting way to come about some sales. The next thing to sell was actually a bundle because of, the thing that I tried out, the message that I sent to all past buyers. So the first item was this dress by the brand, okay, it's either like Voyeur or Voir, I have no idea. But it was this black and white polka dot sheath dress in a size 14. I picked it up at that local consignment store when I was shopping in bulk in their storage unit, so I had about 80 cents into this. And the second item was this pair of jeans by the brand DL1961. I know that this is like a pretty decent denim brand. I don't have a lot of good luck with it, and yet I keep picking it up. So I remember picking these up at a local consignment store for about $6. They are the Milan bootcut mid-rise jeans in a size 31. So she sent me an offer on this bundle of $30, which is not a lot considering that the jeans themselves, I think I had listed for like at least 35, if not more. However, that dress, I just needed to get rid of it. Like, yeah, I just needed it gone. And so I accepted the offer. I basically just told myself I was getting rid of that dress and it was worth it for that reason. I had about $6.80 into that bundle, so I made a profit of $17.20. The next thing to sell was this dress by the brand Sundance, which is a great brand. It is a brand that has something to do with Robert Redford, the actor. And I think it started off as a catalog brand, like you could only buy stuff, through the catalog, like you'd see the little magazine with the models wearing the stuff and whatnot. But there are now brick and mortar Sundance stores. It's got a very like kind of boho aesthetic. But anyways, this was a 100% silk modern heritage v-neck dress in a size 16. This sold for $45. I had about $10 into it, which is, what I'm willing to pay for Sundance pieces if they're pretty and, it was made of 100% silk. So I still made a profit of $26 on that item. I did sit on it for quite some time because I did have it priced at like maybe $65 or something like that. But when I got that $45 offer, I was like, okay, let's do this. And then on eBay, I sold this Joss A. Bank gray wool 2-piece suit in a tailored fit. This is something that I got from my friend. We worked out a consignment deal, so I gave him about $20 for this suit. It sold for $60 with the buyer paying for shipping, so I still made a profit on that suit of $31.09. I hate selling suits. I hate selling blazers. I just tend to sit on these things for quite some time, and people always have like 1,000 bajillion questions about measurements, even if you show all the measurements in the pictures. They're just not fun. But this was worth it, I guess, because the profit was pretty good. The next thing to sell was this soft surroundings blue cozy carefree faux fur lined jacket in a size medium petite. This sold for $34.90. That was an offer that I sent out to watchers. It was promoted at 3% and I had $6.99 into it. It's something that I picked up at a local Goodwill in the Chicagoland area when we were visiting my mother and father-in-law. So I made a profit on that item of $20.97. The next thing to sell was this pair of Chaco Outcross Evo 2 trail running, hiking, water shoes in a size 11.5 for men. I had $4.29 into these. I picked them up at a local thrift store. They were in wonderful condition, and they sold for $35. They were promoted at 3%, and so made a profit of $25.02 on those Chacos. I never found Chacos for 2 years after desperately wanting to, and then all of a sudden I've been finding lots of Chacos. So it's really funny how that works sometimes, but it's a great brand. The next thing to sell was this vintage Christian Dior speckled 100% wool sweater for men in a size extra large. It was heavily flawed, it had a lot of holes in it, probably 3 sizable holes. This is something that I found at the bins in Seattle. I had a average cost of goods for that bins trip of $1.42. Same bins trip where I found those Obermeyer snowveralls. I had them listed for $50, but I was running a sale this day on eBay, a store-wide sale where everything was, maybe it was 10% off, and so this sold for $45.99. It was promoted at 3%, and so I made a profit of $36.28. I was really excited when I found this because not only was it Christian Dior, but it was so beautiful. I just thought it was a really, really beautiful sweater. So it was really exciting to be able to give it second life, despite the fact that it had all those holes. The next sale was also amazing. It was by the brand Ilse Jacobson. I believe she's a Swedish designer, if I'm not mistaken. It was the Rain 7 light pink hooded raincoat in a size 4. This sold for $109.90, and it was promoted at 3% as well. This I picked up on that half off day at the pop-up consignment sale. I was really tempted to buy it when I went the first day when things were not half off, but I told myself to wait because it was priced really high. I think it was priced at $40 or $50. $9.96 was my average cost of goods, but I did pay up for some things like this piece. So I ended up probably paying closer to $20 to $25 for this item. But I looked up comps and I saw that they were worth it. I saw that most pieces by this brand were being sold overseas, and so there weren't very many being sold here in the US. So for all those reasons, I was like, I think I'm going to bite the bullet and buy it. And within probably 3 weeks of this being listed, it sold for $109.90. That left me with a profit of $82.27, which obviously I was really happy with. This was really confusing though, because on the tag, it had the sizes for, European sizing, UK sizing, and US sizing, and so I just put the US sizing and didn't give it much thought. It said that the US sizing was a size 10 or 12 or something like that. However, I had someone reach out to me. I can't even remember on what platform, because I had people send me offers or reach out to me on a variety of platforms, but they said, I think you've got the sizing wrong on this because there's no way that it's as big as you're saying that it is. And I was like, okay, so I double checked, and I think they really just did print an error on the tag, because what I did was I checked the measurements and I checked the European sizing and realized that it just didn't match up. So I changed it to reflect what was actually correct, and then it did finally sell. So there are good people out there in the world. They're not all out there trying to lowball us and scam us. There are people out there who will try to help you with your listings when you've got incorrect information in them. So God bless you, whoever you are. The next thing to sell was over on Mercari. It was this Harley Davidson motorcycle t-shirt, graphic t-shirt from Palatine, Illinois. A lot of the Harley Davidson graphic t-shirts have graphics that are specific to the stores that you buy them from. So this was from Palatine, Illinois, which is just a Chicago suburb, and it sold for $17. I had $1.66 into this because it did come from the bins, and so my profit on this shirt was $12.85. The next thing to sell was this Carhartt Rain Defender loose fit heavyweight hoodie in a size large. This sold for $34 on Mercari. I had $3 into it because it came in my bulk men's thread rescue box. I ordered 100 pounds of clothes. Most of it was garbage, but this was a good piece. It sold literally the day after I listed it, and so I made a profit of $26.31. The bad thing is that I did not delete it quickly enough, and the next day it sold on eBay as well for a little bit more than it sold on Mercari, but I had already shipped it out on Mercari. So what I do when that happens is I will reach out to the buyer and I will tell them the truth. I'll say, hey, I'm so sorry, this already sold and I just didn't get it deleted in time. But then I will also let them know that if they want they can select something else from my eBay store up to a higher value. So, this was listed at like 40, I want to say. And so I'll say you can select something up to a $50 value for me to send in its place, or we can just cancel the transaction. The guy said, let's just cancel the transaction. Thanks for letting me know. And then when you go to cancel the transaction, instead of having to say that you just don't have the item anymore or it got damaged or whatever, which will give you a ding on your eBay account, I said that the buyer asked to cancel, which they did. They said just go ahead and cancel the transaction. So I'm not lying, but I'm also skirting the ding from eBay, which, makes me happy too. So there you go. There's my little eBay tip for you for the day. Over on Kidizen, I had a sale, which was so exciting because I do not get a lot of Kidizen sales. And furthermore, it was a Kidizen Facebook Marketplace sale, which is even more shocking. But it was this pair of Sorel Kaufman insulated lace-up drawstring duck snow boots in a size 7. I'm like 98% sure that this was a vintage pair of Sorel boots. They sold for $69.95 on Facebook Marketplace. And the wonderful thing is that when it is a Kidizen Facebook Marketplace sale, they can't return it. So it's done. It's like a final sale, right? These I got at the bins in Indianapolis. So I only had $1.66 into them. I did have to give them a really good cleaning, and then I made a profit of $51.04. And then I had a bunch of direct sales this day, and it was a result of a lot of things. The first direct sale was this vintage cat shirt. It was like a button-up shirt. I had just picked it up from a local thrift store, and I was like, this is too good. Like, I'm gonna just see if I can sell this on Instagram. So I posted it on Instagram, said that I would sell it for $20 shipped, and someone took me up on my offer. I did not write down her name here, but I will put it right here. So thank you so much. I hope you love it. I thought it was so cute and so fun. It sold for $20 shipped. I had $3 into it. So after shipping and my cost of goods, I made a profit of $11.82. But more importantly, we saved this shirt from the landfill, and hopefully it's being worn like every day because that's the life that this shirt deserves. It's an amazing shirt. The next thing to sell was this pair of the original Muck Boot Company black rain boots in a youth size something. I don't remember what size. But these sold for $30 to a viewer who saw it in this video right here where I did a haul from like 4 different thrift and consignment stores. I had $3.99 into those boots, and I said that I would sell them to her for $30 shipped. She actually offered to pay more, but I was like, no, it's fine. And she said that she wanted to get them for her son to keep at school. I think she said they live in Michigan and they just need boots like this all the time because it gets really rainy and snowy. And a lot of people reached out to me to tell me that that's a really great brand. I think maybe I've seen it before, but just like had never bothered to look up comps. So I'm glad to finally kind of experience it for myself, and I'll definitely be on the lookout for this brand of boots in the future. They really look like bogs, and the adult boots can sell for upwards of like $70, $80 even. So again, I forgot to write down names for whatever reason, but I will put your name here. Thank you so much. I hope your son loves them. So my profit on these was $15.72. The next thing to sell was this pair of Good American Good Legs jeans with the high rise. These sold to, I'll put the name here. These I picked up at Plato's Closet for $24. I did pay up for these, but I'm willing to pay up for Good American jeans because they always sell north of like $50, $60. So these I let go of for $60 shipped. So once you factor in shipping and my cost of goods, my profit on those was still $27.25, which I thought was really great. The next thing to sell directly, and I really thought that this would, I feel like every time I pick up this brand and haul it, it sells to a viewer. It's just that kind of brand. It's not something that sells for a ton, but people just love this brand and just need it in their lives. So thank you for buying this shirt from me. It was this Life is Good graphic t-shirt, and it said on the front something along the lines of home is where your mama is. I think that's what it says, or home is where your mom is. It was the cutest shirt. I loved it, and I'm so glad that she got this. So it sold for $16 shipped, and I had $3.81 into that shirt. So I made a profit of $8.38. I'm so happy that it's moved on to a new home, and I hope you love it. The next day that we'll talk about is Saturday, which was November 13th. I had sales on Poshmark and eBay. So the first thing to sell on Poshmark was this FootJoy embroidered red and gold polo shirt in a size large for men. This sold for $16. I literally did like a happy dance when this sold because I have had this for over 2 years, I believe. I got it at a Salvation Army because they were doing this $1 on all clothing pieces sale while I was in town for a music conference that my students were performing at. So I literally went through like every single rack at the Salvation Army and came out with so much stuff, but I've had this forever. And I think it's because there was like embroidery from like a specific golf club on the sleeve or something like that. Anyway, I made a profit of $11.80. Never again. Anything with like special embroidery from a special place, I'm not about that life. The next thing to sell was this Chico's purple wool blend bat wing chunky sweater in a size 1. That I had $1.81 into because I got it at a local consignment store and they gave me a really great deal because I got like a ton of stuff. The next item in this bundle, because this was another bundle kind of as a result of the message that I had sent out to all Poshmark buyers the day before, this was a Chico's striped paisley print open front cardigan in a size 2. This one I had 80 cents into because I picked it up at that local consignment store as part of the big bulk buy. So for the 2 items, I got an offer of $38, which I happily accepted because it was from a repeat buyer. I had $2.61 into those items, so I made a profit of $27.79. Not too shabby for Chico's pieces. I had another bundle sale, and this was from Rebecca. So Rebecca, thank you so much. She saw this pair of Eileen Fisher flats in that same video with like the 4 thrift store haul, and it was this pair of Hilly Diorce pewter leather metallic pumps in a size 6, and she was like, I had to have them, so I came to your closet to see what you had, and then she threw something else in there. So I had $8 into those. They were at Plato's Closet, and they tend to price their mature brands a lot lower because, you know, it's just not their demographic. There aren't a lot of high schoolers who are like clamoring for some Eileen Fisher shoes. And then the other item that she threw into her bundle was this Madewell Starland bell sleeve black dress in a size extra small. That is something that I actually picked up at Nordstrom Rack for myself, and I did wear it a couple times, but I just didn't reach for it very often. So I'm really happy that it went to Rebecca, and I hope that you love it. She sent me an offer of $75 for both of those items, which I accepted, and so I made a profit on those 2 items of $52. The next thing to sell was this pair of Saucony Cohesion 13 blue lace-up running shoes in a size 9. These sold for $17, which is kind of low, but I was okay with it. I had $9.96 into those because I picked them up on that half day of the pop-up consignment sale, so my profit was only $3.64. I will tell you right now that the price of those shoes was not actually $9.96. It was actually much lower, but again, we're operating with an average cost of goods, so there you go. The next thing to sell was this blank NYC Le Tote beige Moto Zip vegan leather jacket in a size large. This was, I believe, a Poshmark VA sale. I had it priced at, I want to say $75, but I had Poshmark VA sending out 15% off offers with discounted shipping. So this person got an offer of $63 with $2.46 off of shipping, which they accepted. And I had $14.10 into this because I got it on the first day of that pop-up consignment sale. So I had a profit of $33.54. You know, when I got this home and ran comps, I saw that comps were actually a lot lower for this than I was expecting. They were like in the 40s and 50s, but I was like, no, I'm gonna price mine higher. I'm gonna price mine at $75 because it was one of the only ones in this colorway. And I know that the blank NYC vegan leather jackets can do pretty decent. And so I'm happy that I stuck to my guns and priced it the way that I did because I left wiggle room for offers and I made a handsome profit on that. So pretty stoked. The next thing to sell, oh my God, this is a great sale. I think my brother gave this to me. The brand is LCR Premium Knitwear. Never heard of it. And I don't know, I thought that it was gonna be like whatever, but when I looked up comps, I was kind of shocked. So this was like a white toggle button sweater in a size large for men. This sold from a full asking price of $75. And because my brother gave it to me for free, my profit on that item was $60. Definitely be on the lookout for that brand. It was made of things like wool and acrylic. Like it wasn't even 100% wool. I was shocked, but very happy. The next thing to sell was this pair of vintage LL Bean relaxed fit blue jeans in a size 35 by 30. I have had these listed for quite some time, so I was really happy that they sold, and I actually have another pair of identical jeans to this. I picked them up at a local thrift store a while ago for $5.06. They sold for $34 with discounted shipping. Again, I think that was a Poshmark VA sale, so I made a profit of $19.08. The next thing to sell was this NBA Chicago Bulls black hooded jean jacket in a size medium. I had this listed for $35, but Poshmark VA sent out offers to likers of $29 with discounted shipping. I had $4.99 into that because I picked it up at a local Goodwill very recently, and literally like the day after I listed it, it sold. I like to think that it's because I modeled it, and I actually modeled it for an Instagram post, and I just used that same picture as the cover photo of this listing. I do not like to model my inventory. One, because it takes a long time. Two, because I am 5 feet tall and there just aren't a lot of things that I can model in the first place, but I don't know, maybe that's what helped this sell. And so I made a profit of $15.75, and it was an extremely fast flip. Chicago Bulls stuff is also just doing really well in general because Chicago Bulls is the greatest basketball team in the entire world, and they're playing really well. The next thing to sell was this new with tags Christopher Banks red full zip fleece vest in a size extra large. This is something that I got in that big bulk consignment store buy. I had 80 cents into it, but it sold for $21 with discounted shipping. Another Poshmark VA sale. I'm telling you, Poshmark VA was on fire this day. So I made a profit of $13.54. On eBay, I sold this pair of Galaxy by Harvick black camo panel joggers in a size medium for men. This was something that my brother gave to me for free. So when I got that $11 offer, even though I had these listed for $25, I just went ahead and accepted and made a profit of $7.64. The next thing to sell was this single shoe. I did not have both of the shoes to make the pair. I only had the one shoe that I found at the Goodwill bins, a few weeks ago. It was this On Cloud shoe in a men's size 11. I had it listed for $25. I got a $6 offer on it. You better believe I accepted that $6 offer. I had $1.66 into this. I made a profit of $4.36. And then finally, you guys, this is such a long video. I'm looking at my phone right now, and it says that I am 1 hour and 5 minutes in. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to wrap this up as fast as I can. On Sunday, November 14th, on Poshmark, I sold this Cabby Everly Beige pair of linen blend trouser pants in a size 6. They sold for $25, which was an offer that was sent to me. I've had those for over 2 years. I was so happy. I had about $4 into them. I made a profit of $16. Never again will I pick up Cabby like, trousers or like dress pants. They don't sell very well. The next thing to sell was this pair of the North Face gray camo print ripstop cargo shorts in a size 38. I got these at the bins for $1.66. That was my average cost of goods. They sold for $21 with discounted shipping. Thank you, Poshmark VA. So my profit was $12.68. The next thing to sell was this pair of We The Free mauve colored jeans in a size 24. I picked these up at a local Goodwill for $5.96 as my average cost of goods for that trip. They sold for $29. That was an offer that someone sent me. So I made a profit of $17.24. The next thing to sell, I was so happy about. It was this Audi. I'd never heard of that brand. I don't know why I picked up this item, but it was this gray plaid trim, full zip hooded vest in a size small. I got this as part of that big bulk buy at that local consignment store, so I only had 80 cents into it. And when I got that $10 offer, I pressed accept so hard, I think I shattered my phone because I was like, this thing is never gonna sell. It gave me a profit of $6.25, and I learned my lesson. Do not pick up the brand Audi to resell. On eBay, I sold this pair of Adidas NEO men's cloud foam I don't know what this says. I don't know. I'm not going to try reading it anymore. It's some word, and maybe it's like the style name. Mid-wide basketball shoes. I don't know if any of this is right, guys. I'm so sorry. In a size 10.5. These sold for $44.99 with the buyer paying for shipping. I got them from my friend when I bought out her inventory, so I only had $1.50 into these. So I made a profit of $36.26. The next thing to sell was this Ted Baker pink floral bow back party dress in a size youth 6. I don't even know Ted Baker made clothes for little girls, but this was adorable, and it sold for $31.49 as part of my sale that I was running on eBay. The buyer paid for shipping. I got it from my friend in the inventory buyout, so I made a profit of $26.62. This dress was everything. It was so darling, so I'm happy that it sold very quickly. The next thing to sell was this pair of new with tags Zara black low heel tall over the knee boots in a size 9. These sold for $50. They were promoted at 3%, and I had about $1.81 into these because I got them at a local consignment store and they just gave me a great deal. These sat in my death pile for, I don't know, probably a year. I don't know why I waited so long. These especially, I was like, I don't know how to photograph these. They look crazy because they're just like those sock boots, kind of like they just kind of hug your leg. There's no structure to them at all, so you can't stand them up. I think I still ended up just laying them down and doing like more of a flat lay than, you know, having them stand up, because even with the pool noodle in them, they just would not stay up. They just did not have the structure to do so, but they sold within like 3 days of being listed regardless, and I made a profit of $40.79 on those boots. List your boots, people. The next thing to sell was this U of I Illini graphic t-shirt in a size medium. That is the college campus that I live near. I picked this up as part of that big bulk buy at the local consignment store, so I had 80 cents into it. It sold for $22.49. That was, again, my sale price given the sale that I was running at that time, and so I made a profit of $18.78. Finally, on Facebook Marketplace, I had one sale, which is so sad because Facebook Marketplace has been kind of dead for me, but it was this pair of Torrid jeans. They were skinny jeans in a size 20 tall, and she left me such a sweet note. She actually found me on eBay because she was like, I can't figure out how to let you know how much I enjoyed these jeans through Facebook. So she found me on eBay, sent me a message, which was really sweet. They sold for $25 on Facebook Marketplace. I had $6.99 into those jeans. I think I picked them up at a Goodwill not too long ago, and so I made a profit of $16.18. Whew! That was everything. That was a lot. Let's go over my numbers and then we will be done. So on Poshmark, I sold 37 items. I got really creative on Poshmark, you know, in terms of how I was gonna make some sales over there. I tried a new thing in sending out a message to all previous buyers. I tried running sales on specific items that I just wanted to see gone. I tried lots of things and it worked. So for those 37 items, I had a gross sales amount of $879. Once you factor in fees and discounted shipping, which I did send out a lot of offers, that total drops to $666.93. I had $123.31 as my cost of goods, and so my net profit on Poshmark was $543.62. On eBay, I had 19 sales. Again, I was running sales and doing a lot of different things to make those sales happen, so my gross sales was $623.42. Once you factor in eBay fees and promoted fees and any shipping discrepancies, you know, if I didn't charge the buyer enough or something like that, that total drops to $529.45. I had $61.89 as my cost of goods, and so my profit, my net profit on eBay was $467.56. On Mercari, I had 8 sales for a gross sales amount of $239. Once you factor in Mercari's fees, that total drops to $205.77. I had $36.62 as my cost of goods, and so my net profit on Mercari was $169.15. On Kidizen, I had 2 whopping sales, which is a ton for me. So that was a gross sales amount of $114.95. Once you factor in shipping, which I do free shipping on all of my Kidizen items, and once you factor in fees, that total drops to $89.15. I had $3.08 as my cost of goods, and so my net profit on Kidizen was $86.07. On Facebook Marketplace, I had 1 sale for a gross sales amount of $25. Once you factor in Facebook Marketplace's fees, that total drops to $23.17. I had $6.99 into those jeans, and so my net profit was $16.18 from Facebook Marketplace. By By the way, Facebook Marketplace now is offering free shipping to buyers, so it is a good time to list over there, except for the fact that like I've not been seeing sales. So we'll see if the free shipping entices buyers a little bit more. I had 4 direct sales, which resulted in $126 in gross sales. Once you factor in shipping and any PayPal fees, that total drops to $97.97. I had $34.80 as my cost of goods, and so my net profit on those 4 items was $63.17. So in total, I sold 71 items, which is amazing. Like, that's a lot for me to sell in 1 week. My gross sales amount for the week was $2,700.37. But once you factor in fees and shipping, that total drops to $1,612.44. My cost of goods on those 71 items was $266.69. So my net profit that I earned for the week was $1,345.75. That is insane for me. There was a very long time when I felt like there was no way I would ever be able to make $1,000 or more in profit in any given week, and now I've done that like 2 or 3 times. It's amazing. I will tell you that the current week that we're in right now has been pretty stinky so far. Like, it is not a good week, and I think that the closer and closer we get to the holidays, the more it's gonna be like that for me, because of the fact that I primarily sell used clothing and accessories and shoes, and that's not really like a hot ticket seller for the holiday season. And not only that, but I think that because I cannot guarantee like overnight shipping or anything like that, people are weary of buying gifts from reselling platforms because they just don't know when they're gonna get the item. And, you know, let's be honest, shipping can be kind of a train wreck at times, or especially around this season, and especially given the fact that everyone, like USPS, UPS, FedEx, everyone is understaffed, and that is resulting also in some shipping delays. So just be ready for that. Be ready to maybe reach out to your buyers as you ship things out and let them know yourself that there might be a delay and it's not your fault. Like, you shipped it out as quickly as you humanly could, but circumstances outside of your control may get in the way of that item getting to the buyer in a timely manner. So, you know, I just kind of roll with the punches. I understand, given the fact that I've been doing this for a few years now, that sales are going to start to slow down, and that's okay. That means I have more time to focus on my family and to kind of slow down a little bit myself, and that's never a bad thing. So I hope you guys have been having wonderful sales. More importantly, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving and really do enjoy some time off from your reselling business and just enjoy being with your loved ones. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a monster of a video, so if you made it this far, do me a favor, hit that like button. I really, really appreciate you being here for all, you know, however many minutes this went. You are amazing. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.